There, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Ford Starburst 12 light pendant. This is the Luma. There's also Luma single pendants, also a beautiful Luma sconce. Check those out if you get a chance. This is the 131321. They're all going to be using this incredibly beautiful hand-cut crystal. I can't tell you how substantial this is. That's how substantial it is. Hubbardton does not cut corners when it comes to the quality of their work. So this stuff is really beautiful. All these beautiful facets are like a giant diamond. It's kind of like a Superman movie kind of prop at the end of the day. Let's get into a couple other things about it. A lot of details to talk about. Let's talk about the height of the fixture body itself. That's going to be independent of the rod. It's hanging from 24.9 inches diameter, coming in at 32. Overall height. That's the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the very ceiling itself. Is going to give you a pretty good range of 35.8 to 62.8. That's including all of the parts that are going to be coming with this automatically. If you need to go a little longer than that 62.8, this is going to ship with 144 inches of wire. It's going to give you 128 inches of usable wire, and when you add it to the fixture body below, I could probably get you guys down from the ceiling to the bottom of the fixture about 12 feet all in by just ordering some additional pipes. Not a big deal. So that's a good thing. Coming in at 64 pounds, we know why, because this thing is pretty heavy. And you've got a weight restriction on this, so make sure you talk to your installer about that. Just anything over 25 pounds, Underwriters Labs wants us to tell you about it, so you put the correct box on the ceiling. It's going to be using this kind of thing, but it's also going to be attached to the structure of your building. Very important. So let's get into the pipes on this. Hubbardton's using a system of interconnected pipes. You're going to be getting 3 of the 12s. This is what you get automatically. 3 of the 12s, 1 of the 6, 1 of the 3, a bunch of these little connectors, and they have threading on the ends. On each side of it, the pipes have threading on the inside, and you basically just screw them together. So what I would probably do is I would probably put down a blanket on a table, put the fixture down, figure out which parts I need to get to my overall desired height. That's from the ceiling to the bottom. Lay my little parts out, and then you're basically just going to put the wire through the little parts one at a time and kind of build up. So you put it through a connector, through a pipe, through a connector, through a pipe. Eventually you're going to exit the canopy. That's the round part that goes on the ceiling on our friend right here, and then you're kind of good to go. To show you more information about that, we're going to look at the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. It's going to show you a diagram of lots of parts of this. It's also going to show you a full parts list of all the pieces you're going to be getting with it and how you put it together. I would put the glass on at the very end of the story once it is up. That's when you want to put on your glass. Very simple to do that. Okay, let's talk about a couple other things on this. Let's talk about what you're going to be using for lamping on this. And you're going to be using these G9 sockets, which are very useful and easy for us to use as far as lamping goes. You're going to have 12 of these, so you don't have to go too crazy as far as the amount of light coming out of your light bulbs, because you're going to have so many. So you're going to be restricted to each one of these a 5-watt LED, and a 5-watt LED is going to give you around the equivalent of a 60-watt bulb. So don't forget, you've got 12. You don't have to go, too much into the higher wattages or higher wattage equivalents. These are going to work just fine. I would probably, if I were you, look for a 40-watt equivalent in each of your LEDs, and you should be good to go there. And that'll be probably below the 5-watt max you can do. Okay, LEDs, we always talk about what they're like and where they come from and how to get them and the color that comes out of them. These are very simple. They have little prongs on the bottom. Sometimes they have little they're actually tabs basically, and they just push into our friend here, our socket. So, and I got these on Amazon. It's an easy place to get them. You can go to Home Depot, you can go to Ace Hardware or any of those kind of places, but quite honestly, Amazon or 1001bulbs.com or justbulbs.com are good places to find these. They're going to be offered to you in lots of different ways. So the best way to do it is do a search, put in G9 5-watt LED, and up is going to pop a big page of things for you to look at. They're going to offer these bulbs to you in this type is called a phosphorus. It has a yellow pad. Sometimes they have yellow lines in them. This is called a cob LED. It looks like a corn cob, so it's easy to figure out. They're going to offer these to you in 2700 Kelvin, which is super, super yellow light. It's going to offer you in something called daylight. Daylight is going to be a colder, bluer light. That's that kind of hospital waiting room light, or overcast day. That's going to be 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin on the Kelvin scale. What we like to use in our showroom is basically warm white. And warm white is going to be the light that's coming down on my hands. This is warm white. It's also called soft white. This is 3,000 Kelvin. This is very easy to get. What we like to use because it kind of mimics the light of an incandescent bulb. But don't forget, you really want to zero in on a couple things. Make sure it says dimmable, because you're going to want to dim this, trust me. And make sure you tell your installer you're putting dimmable LEDs on that fixture, so he puts the right dimmer on the wall for you. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you are on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over in the red tabs with the pictures in them over there. You're going to see a Finishes Help Guide tab. Open that up for me. It's going to be a video there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes, how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a chart just down below, so scroll down a little bit. You're going to see a chart. You can click on that chart, so you can click on dark smoke, you can click on soft gold, doesn't matter. Big page will pop up showing you lots of different things in that finish. You can go back to the chart and you'll notice there's letters A's on them, letter B's on some of those things, and that's going to be showing you this range of variants that you can expect to see on different translucent finishes, but I'll talk about all of that in the video, okay? Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton forged fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton forged. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton forged doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. In those same red tabs, you're going to see a What's on Display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus, you want to use the showroom anyway, because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.